Nakul is a co-founder at Cashify. How many of you have actually used Cashify? There's a big time. Well, I mean, a lot of people still go to their nearby shop and sell. I have seen some of them.
A lot of people keep it in their drawers.
They keep it in their drawers too. That's me as well.
I need push notifications.
I have a Pixel 2. No, I have a Pixel 2 which I found in Diwali clinic, but you guys no longer buy it. Right? So that's my problem. I have phones to sell. You don't want to buy.
But we do recycle. So.
Okay. Now, so you know, Cashify has been a great business. How long have you been around, Nakul?
So I think we completed 13 years this year. So on the 14th year.
Similar vintage. Congratulations, and please give it up for Cashify. It's been a household name now, and what a journey it has been. I have had the privilege to see it up close with both the founders, and you know, been absolutely in awe of their execution. It's not been a linear journey, Nakul. I think you know, from the time you started till now, lot of ups and downs in the journey. Please take us through that. What has gotten you here? What does it take to actually become a category leader in a very fragmented category, if I would say?
So I think the challenge is in India, these categories always exist. So for example, in terms of second-hand, refurbish, this category always existed. In the 90s, it was the typewriters. In 2000, it was the pagers. There always have been local markets who are buying them, refurbishing them, selling them. So the gadget keeps changing.
Sure.
But the philosophy remains same. India is a value-seeking market.
Sure.
We are a large population. Not everybody can afford new products. And hence, the demand for a price-sensitive gadget will always be there. So we are a market which is always supply constrained, and demand is never a problem if you price it right.
It's actually so you have an other way problem, right?
So, and we run basically two businesses inside Cashify. We are a manufacturer of refurbished devices, but our sourcing is one part of business where we buy devices from people, enterprises, businesses, small retailers, and then refurbish everything and then sell to end consumers with warranty, with trust. So basically we, in 13 years of our lifeline, we build trust. Cashify does not sell devices, it sells trust, both in terms of buying and selling. You want to sell to us because you trust that we will make sure that data is not misused. You trust that the device is being priced properly, fairly, transparently. When we sell it to you, you trust that the 6 months warranty works. There is a 6 months warranty, but the device will last for at least 1 year.
Right.
That is the customer expectation. An organized play in an unorganized category is the difficult part. Because everybody is your competition. You're not looking at organized player as a competition. Every small retail mom and pop store is a competition if you want to treat it like that, or a partner if you treat it otherwise.
And you did mention this to me earlier as well. You're not in the sell cycle. Me as a user trying to sell my old phone, you're not competing to buy for the highest price. That's not what your business is supposed to do, right? Now, please explain that a little, because intuitively, that is what everybody who tries to be your competition would want to do, right? Offer the best price so that the user is drawn to them instead of you. You haven't done that. What keeps you going? Why would somebody sell?
We always offer the best price.
Is it?
But best price.
You said fair price.
But best price as a concept is very flawed. In a category where I am, where there is no MRP, no MOP, it's always supply demand, right? And I have end user demand. So I am only the one in the market who knows the actual pulse, and hence, as like stock market, I can predict what is the purchasing price should be, so that what price it can be sold. And hence, and what I was telling you was that everybody says, oh, you are a monopoly, you control the market. It's not like that. Every year we get a lot of competition.
Half a dozen, if not more.
Yeah, every year they come up with new funding cycles, Gen Z people burning through dollars and
Absolutely.
throwing money at the problem. And in my business, it's super easy to do it because you can buy everything above market price.
And sell it below that, right?
And
that's the easiest.
You can have crazy GMVs. So the difficult part is making money out of it.
Sure.
And that's what we
and which is what, sorry, I'm dragging this a little, but how do you sort of compete in that environment where a user wants to sell the phone, somebody is willing to offer a higher price? What would draw those users to Cashify? Why would they go to Cashify?
So our biggest play is convenience. You tell us the time, you tell us the day, we be at your doorstep.
Those things matter, right?
Yeah,
absolutely.
payment is instant. There is a purchase receipt. There is a data safety guarantee. So all these are played in.
Fair enough.
We work with the government. We have a stolen phone API system where we can detect where if the phone is incorrectly sourced, block it at source. We have complete tagging. So if I bought a phone from you, I know where it's gone. And if it's misused, it can be tracked back and you have no liability. So these things are very easy for the car market. It's already been built, regulated, everything. There is no regulation. As an industry, we are not even recognized by Government of India.
Oh, is
we
it?
just club with e-commerce or with cars.
Wow.
So we don't even have a separate identity. So those are the kind of challenges we face every day.
Very interesting. So when you spoke about the trust element, it is fairness in these processes is what you are.
Yeah. So our attempt is always how do we become more transparent to the customer, from creating diagnostic apps, which people can do it themselves, to an AI-led hardware now, where you just put a phone in the box and it diagnoses everything itself, which is fair, right? If my guy comes to your home and says, hey, your screen has minor scratches or major scratches, it's a guy, so it's subjective, right? When a machine says, it's objective, and hence you tend to believe it more than anything else.
Fair enough. Thank you really for sharing those. This is, so we try to understand from Nakul what does the two sides of his marketplace looks like, and this is like a quick summary. This is where people sell their phones, this is where they buy, right? We can go to the next, Sarthak. So please tell us about this, right? I think what with any sort of two-sided marketplace, it's always very difficult for people to stitch consumer journeys on both sides of the marketplace. Sometimes they're not the same users also. And the whole CLM implementation goes for a toss, right? It never works. In your case, we see very distinct life cycles on both sides. Please tell us more about that, how you go about building a mental model framework around that.
Yeah, so especially while we are using a tool like WebEngage, we treat both the funnels very separately. We don't treat them. There is hardly any overlap of users, and hence we build it like that. This is a separate business, and this is a separate business. This is more like a D2C business with higher AOV. So again, build trust, figure out COD frauds, how do you do upsells, those kind of things matter more. Card dropouts, payment dropouts, address dropouts here. Here, couple of things. Again, people are trying to check before they buy a device. So how many times they are coming back, have they completed their purchase cycle, triggering those notifications so that they remember when to sell. For us, it's very important that the time the user has bought the new phone, in 14 days I am not able to convert them to sell. The phone goes into the drawer, right? And once it goes into the drawer, and I bet you, everybody has a phone in the drawer.
How many people have a phone in the drawer that they wanted to sell at some time? A lot of them.
My biggest competition is the drawer.
Like Netflix one side, my biggest competition is sleep. This is that version of that. How do you get that? Like, barge into their houses, get it from the drawer, and just give them some money.
I wish I could, but we still, cracking that. We will do about 1700 CR this year.
Amazing.
And
this has been a wonderful journey. Fascinating numbers also, Nakul.
And we would be less than 1% of the market.
Is it?
Yeah.
The market is sitting in the drawer?
Market is sitting in the drawer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anybody wants to tell me why did you not try to sell it? You just forgot, or there is a better reason?
You always need a secondary phone, like, अगर खराब हो जाए तो, like.
So that toe, right? Which you end up never using.
Yeah.
But we've done all the studies.
That's right. What's the
I'll
insight?
give you 3 reasons.
Awesome.
Top 3 reasons. One, backup phone.
Yeah, backup.
Yeah.
I am scared about my data.
Data.
Yeah, but people don't.
Oh, okay, because you don't want to lose either.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's like my backup drive. In times of cloud, my old phone is my backup drive. Third, I will give it to my maid. Never given.
And never given.
So these are insights we have built over years.
Of course.
This is excuses people make to keep the phone. Because eventually, when they bought it, it was 50,000. 3 years down the line, the depreciation, we were offering 5,000. The new phone now is coming at 10,000. So there is a science behind it. And people think, 5,000, too less of a amount for me to worry. While they haggle at the sabji wala for free dhania. So it's the irony of India. And I don't blame them. My family is like that. Or was like that till my family has now been on refurbished phones for last 10 years. And it was a difficult conversion. It was not an easy conversion. So it's a society, how we as a society are, and it keep changing, right? So we are here for the long term. And
I'm pretty sure the newer generation behaves differently. More or less? They're inheriting these?
yes.
Excellent. Okay. I have a very interesting topic to talk about with Nakul, and this is of use to all of you. One of the key implementations that all of us at WebEngage like about Cashify is a very sharply defined intent engine framework, if I may use that term. We all want it, we all think we have done it, but it's not always nearly as always implemented as you would like to. And Cashify has done a very, very good job of implementing that. Sarthak, can we go to the next one? Again, we talk a lot about data. Again, a lot of these are signals. Most of you have seen this is a repeat. But let's go to the next one. Right. Just stay here for a minute. Now, this is a visual depiction. The actual things look a lot more scarier than this. But what Cashify has implemented very well on the sales side of their journey, it's a long journey, right? It's not like a typical e-commerce journey where you buy a product very quickly. 2 weeks. What is that average timeline?
2 weeks.
2 weeks, right? From the time I actually showed an intent, right? Now, in the journey, there is this scoring engine which has been built on WebEngage journeys, trying to sort of classify users into 4 buckets. We call it H1, H2, H4, etc. This is just H1 is high intent, H4 is like no intent types, and these are some of the criterion behind it. But first of all, Nakul, congratulations for doing this. I think kudos on doing this. This is incredibly hard for most companies to even get to. Please tell us how you guys think about this. How is this put to use? So, while scoring and intent is all great, how is it actually put to use in a CRM strategy?
So first of all, disclaimer, I am CMO only by title. I don't know much about marketing.
Okay.
Because I'm a co-founder, I can take any title.
I agree with that.
Hence,
Yes.
I would call it Chief Money Officer. So my role at Cashify is to make sure that we spend less money on marketing, because my CFO hates marketing overall. Like all
No, we suffer that. We suffer that with you, so yes.
Yes. So this year renewal of discount. But anyways, so the whole hypothesis was that we were giving coupon to everybody, right, who is part of the journey. And now, not every conversion is going to make me money, right? So some SKUs make money, some customers make money, but other customers and SKUs just drive transaction, but doesn't make EBITDA margin.
That's right.
Right? So how do I give coupon to only those users who are going to make me money, because I have money to spend on them? And then hence the classification, and hence to classify them and then make sure that only those people who are high intent are going to make money for me get the coupon, so that I have margin to give them. If I don't have margin for an H3 user, I'm not going to
even do that expense. Absolutely. And this is the granularity of the CLM execution. We can go to the next one, Sarthak. See how this ties in exactly. So this is how the CLM execution for a H1 versus H2 user is. Please take a look at it. Nakul, if you want to highlight anything here.
Well, just the values are different. The intents of what we are trying to do with them is very different. And again, the end objective was to save money, and we are through. This is heading towards what gentleman from Bluestone was telling us, right?
Yes.
How can we create personalized journey for each one?
The segment of one. Absolutely,
right?
absolutely.
And that's what we want to reach after 2 years.
Agreed.
That we are going to personalize it for each and every individual, and that's what AI is going to help us with.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
So this is till we don't reach there.
Yeah.
Smaller buckets.
No, this is still a great execution, and I think I'd like to draw this plus 5,000 extra is what you said you're willing to pay if it's H1 bucket, right? Which is a mix of a lot of things.
And if it's the right SKU.
Absolutely, which is a mix of all of those, right? The right SKU, the right user, etc. Great. We can go to next, Sarthak. Right. A lot of interesting use cases being done. So we work with hundreds of D2C brands. Some of you are here in the room. The very classic sort of conversion journeys, retention journey, repeat journeys, drop-off journeys. They're pretty standard. People do all of that. But there's some very interesting takeaways from what we've seen at Cashify for each one of these. So we'll talk about very specifics. Everybody does drop-off journeys here. I think, please, I'd love to see some hands. Those who don't do drop-off journeys. Okay. I mean, I don't believe that nobody's raising hand, but if you don't, you should. I'm pretty sure everybody does. Can we go to the next one? I think there was a. Yeah, just wait here for a minute. Yes. So Nakul, please talk through this one. There is this coupon codes that actually get generated on the fly for whatever certain set of use cases for certain users, and get embedded into the campaigns, like in real time. What kind of use cases are this? Why have you done it this way? Wherein we actually during the course of the journey, these coupon codes are generated. Or why is it not like the coupon code for everybody? So.
Yeah. So the D2C problem is very different. We have limited inventory to sell.
Okay.
Right? Again, we are a supply constrained business. We can't, even if I want to sell, I have the largest demand for right now iPhone 14.
Oh, okay.
But I don't have enough inventory. Not enough people are selling iPhone 14 to us.
But there are enough lined up to buy.
Oh,
is it?
Right? So if a user is coming for iPhone 14 and I don't have enough iPhone 14, I want to change them to different SKUs.
Right.
I want them to buy a 14 plus, maybe
Sure.
14 of some other color, maybe 13, maybe an Android, why not? So the idea is to give customized, depending on what my inventory is and what my SKU mix is, and make sure that we push products to customer which are more readily available. So my inventory does not go zero.
Interesting.
Every day we stock out of certain products. For example, we just launched Google Pixel with Google. So we are the only partner in the world who sell Google refurbished products. Now they stock out every day.
They stock out every day?
Every day.
Wow.
And if somebody is coming with an intent of Google and I don't want to leave that customer, then I need to do customized coupons for other products saying that nudging them, why don't you buy this,
Why did you try this?
So that's how we try to. So again, a very specific problem for us because we don't have unlimited inventory of every SKU. Very challenging.
And what I'm hearing is that because this is so real-time, inventory-based, a lot of that decisioning happens in that moment, and which is why you.
So everything is tied up to our databases in our refurbishing center. So there is a production cycle which is happening daily, and inventory gets updated every night. And as per that, next day decisions are being made on the D2C platform, where what inventory we need to push more aggressively and which inventory we are okay with.
Very interesting. Okay, we'll quickly go back to the previous two slides, Sarthak. So yes, a lot of automation. I think Cashify is a classic, always on account for us. While there is seasonal campaigns, etc., for new launches, new arrivals. But yeah, most of the user journeys on both buy-sell side is fairly automated in always-on mode, including these real-time triggers. So this particular use case. Nakul talks about actual price drops, wherein we use our capability called relays. I don't know how many people have no relays here. How many of you actually know relays? I see some hands. Okay, good, great. It's a great capability for those who don't. We talked about catalog. Relays and catalogs work hand in hand. Anytime there is if there is data in catalogs that you're, let's say, syncing into WebEngage every day, use cases like price drops, back in stock, all of these, you don't have to do yourself manually. The delta, the difference in catalog yesterday versus today triggers these alerts to relevant users. You can define relevance, map everything that you need to inside what we call as relays. So this is a fully automated end-to-end implementation for those use cases. You don't have to figure out any plumbing. The raw input to all of this is the catalog itself. And Cashify, we've seen some fabulous examples. Price drop is what you're seeing here, which is an automated use case. Does this happen often, by the way? Because
yeah, so everything is linked to new phone prices. The whole industry, what we sell at, what we buy at, is linked to new phones. So any discounts which happen on a Flipkart or an Amazon or at a retail store automatically triggers a price drop across. So for example, we are on iPhone 17 right now. If there is an iPhone 17 discount happening this week, they will be triggering discount across all iPhone SKUs.
Is it?
Yeah.
What's the logic?
Because so everything is built on that, right? iPhone 17 is the most expensive one.
Is the latest one?
Yeah.
Sure.
And hence everything is benchmarked to the price of
that price. Sure. So does that mean that if they launch a newer phone at a higher price,
yes,
the older phones will actually sell more expensive?
No, but they will hold more price for a longer time.
Interesting.
Their depreciation will decrease.
Okay.
Which happens every year, by the way.
Is it? Okay.
Apple launches every year a more expensive phone.
They do.
And so it is true for all.
True. Yes.
So even Vivo, Oppo, Samsung, everybody launches the next generation phone more expensive than the last one.
Which doesn't necessarily mean that the previous generation phones become more expensive, they fetch you more money when you sell.
No.
That doesn't mean.
Also because this is not the only factor which affects. The existing generation, for example, Apple holds their prices throughout the year. They don't
reduce.
Other brands, as soon as the new phone launches, they want to get rid of inventory in the market.
Right.
They reduce the hell out of it. And suddenly their depreciation is far deeper than whatever. So brands who hold price have more value.
They also
it's similar to how car market works.
Right.
right? A Maruti car holds value because they don't do discounting on every seasonal item, right? But when Ford was there, they used to run discounts every season, and hence a resale value of a Ford is always bad.
Interesting insight. Okay, all right. Sarthak, we go to the next. Yes, very powerful users of our best channel, best timing capabilities. In fact, it's one of the best places where we have implemented some of these machine learning based capabilities that we have had in the product for a very long time. Those who don't know, when you build user journeys, you don't really have to say send email, send push, send WhatsApp. You can say what is the most effective channel for this user. We call it best channel. And for that user in the journey, a selection is made in real time. If it is WhatsApp, the WhatsApp gets delivered. If it is email, so be it. Or push, then so be it. Right? That decisioning is done in real time for every single user in the journey. You don't have to decide whether I should send an email or send a push, etc. So those of you who don't, actually you should. It's a very powerful feature, and Cashify has been a powerful user. Anything to add here on the capability?
The use case here was WhatsApp is the most expensive medium of
Absolutely.
So how do you reduce WhatsApp and push it
to other more inexpensive channels?
Yeah.
Has it worked out generally?
Yes, but for example, email has now become ineffective.
For you guys, it's not effective.
Yeah, nobody reads email.
Is it? I read.
No, for an enterprise customer, maybe.
Right.
Yeah.
In your world, your consumers, it doesn't work. Interesting.
SMS is a dying breed.
Absolutely.
So what is relevant is personalized push notification. How do you build that? And then WhatsApp. But WhatsApp every year is becoming so expensive.
True.
So we need to figure out how to replace WhatsApp with something else.
Yeah.
It's not going to be economically feasible.
Yeah, I mean, they're again increasing prices, is what I heard. So.
They're doubling every year.
Sure. Yeah. No. Absolutely. And I think being able to use some of the more inbound channels without having to spend on WhatsApp or others, it's a fabulous exercise. Does your I think the common notion generally always is, while push notifications is great if you're a mobile app business, but sending a lot of that also leads to uninstalls, right?
So in our business, if you sell the phone, you have uninstalled.
Once you've sold, you've uninstalled.
So I'm going to lose the customer anyway. From that point of view.
But during that journey, actually, it wouldn't matter to me because I really want to sell.
If high intent, the customer does not go away.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Your insights are very similar to one of my other customers, Spinny. We had a chat like this long time ago, and exactly the same thing.
Neeraj and me run the same business, just
Perfect.
different categories.
Just we're selling different things, buying different things. But yeah, no, I hear you. So I think we can go to next. We spoke about this. Right, no, and you guys use some of the gamification capabilities you built very effectively too. Does this help in general? I think we have had a lot of people earlier in the room also talk about, well, this looks good, but then...
Yeah, I'm still not sure. I'm not sold.
Still not completely sold. Okay.
Yeah, my team is there. Maybe they can talk more.
Anybody has tried this out and has insights to share? Anybody on the gamification side? You have? Please pass the mic. Yeah, no, we've been trying to sort of improve these, make this better, useful, launch many more templates, but yeah, some feedback will be very useful. Do you actually find this working for you?
Hello. So, we have...
Not working. Use the other one.
Hello. Yeah. So, we have been extensively using the in-app custom HTML feature.
Okay.
We have seen higher engagement rates there. It does not, like, there is no strong, you can say, proof that it has an influence on conversion or not.
Okay.
But we are able to experiment a lot of things, like, for example, we can ask the user to attempt this quiz. Based on the correct answers, we can give a discount, or
Mhm.
maybe play a game, or maybe a raffle, jackpot, anything like that. Depends on our imagination. So that experimentation
Has become easy.
Has become easy,
Sure.
and at least we can do a lot of things without any dependency on the tech or app development.
Sure.
For example, I am from Textbook, which caters to government exams. So
Right.
if I imagine that I want to provide users an experience that they can imagine themselves as an officers in future. So they'll upload the photo, they'll write, I want to become a police officer, and they can
Mhm.
imagine, and they can maybe share it on Instagram or whatever.
So
So
you
that,
do get, sure.
that kind of virality, or that kind of, I think from engagement point of view, it is great.
No, I'm glad to hear. I know you're right about outcomes. It's very hard to tie these to outcomes, but it's very easy to tie these to engagements. And if that is a key metric, which is, I think you guys obsess over it anyway at Textbook. I can only imagine how this is useful. But thank you for sharing. How many of you are from Textbook here? The two of you. Okay.
I think it may be tied to a long-term or unattributable or indirect impact
Yeah.
in a certain way, but at the short term, it is hard to maybe quantify it.
Absolutely. Sorry, please, your name, please, for everybody.
I'm Dhairya Mehta.
Say that again.
Dhairya Mehta.
Dhairya Mehta. Okay, Dhairya has got a lot of Dhairya. Let me tell you something about Textbook. Dhairya, I haven't spoken before, but I've known the founder, Narendra, very closely. The company's been acquired by ClassPlus, who happens to be another set of friends we have. It's a similar portfolio, similar investor group. Textbook is one of the earliest customers of WebEngage, and also one of the biggest abusers of WebEngage. I say that with a lot of happiness. I like when customers abuse. It's a good thing. And a lot of what we will speak about in the session after this, they've been the key sort of abusers to inspire us to build those. So we'll talk about some of those. But anybody needs here more deeper insights on how to build some very complex parallel journeys, contextual journey use cases, something that you don't really think about when you think about MarTech. These guys are your go-to people. Please, by all means, I think you should network, speak to them. Great set of folks. I think you're talking about a test prep business where you're getting people to take courses for tier 2, tier 3 category exams. You mentioned a police inspector. You talk about bank clerk and PO kind of examinations. They do fabulous job in that category. I think you guys are pretty much the category leader there, right? I don't see
Test prep.
in that category of test prep. Yes, fabulous business, and as I said, right, they're perfect abusers. In fact, a lot of what we've learned about building depth in journeys, we've seen them firsthand during the very early days and built it together. So thanks for coming, and thanks for the insights. Coming back to you, Nakul. While the jury is open on this, we'll go to the next one. I think overall, you said you're the money guarding guy, of course, but you're also the chief metric officer, as much as I know, and meaningfully, while we put some high level metrics to just sort of put a color to the impact we've been able to drive. But the point really, Nakul, is, which is what I was trying to say earlier, most CRM execution does not tie to the end outcomes, right? Like, what kind of outcome do you drive? What does it take to build a team and a CRM strategy so that you can work with these kind of goals to drive outcomes? Does it actually take like a different kind of team altogether?
No, I don't think it's the team only. Obviously, you need a great team. But I think having the right alignment of what, and I think you and me come from the same background in terms of raising funds and everything. When you have a lot of money, then you don't think of these things.
Absolutely.
Right?
Tell me about it.
And when you don't have money, this is the only thing which
Let
works.
me tell you what I think about now. When we had the money, we spent it. and now I think about 90-day outstanding. Right? So, yeah, absolutely, right? How you think about problems is very different when you have capital versus, when you're trying to build a very different kind of profitable business.
In our organization, conversion is the key goal. It is not getting more users, or engagement is not a matrix for us. So if everything is driven to conversion, and every quarter we have to increase conversion, then every journey will be looked at, and how, because every 1% will add to that conversion.
Absolutely, but here is where I see most people falter, right? So yes, absolutely right. The absolute goal is revenue, which everybody wants to drive. Profitability being the other one. Translating that into these granular goals is where I see most people fail. They're not able to, and which is what makes me always ponder: what does it take to be able to break from here to this identification? Let alone getting there. Getting there is fine. It's a journey. But how do you even identify that these are the top 10 sort of metrics?
I think the team does it.
So which means team, right?
So for example, if I have a digital performance team, I have a retargeting team, I have a content team, I have a brand team. Everybody by starting of the year gets a target. That this is the budget you have, this is what you're going to drive as business. Now it's for them to come back to me and say in 2 weeks that this is the things they're going to work throughout the year, and every quarter this is the improvement they're going to bring. So the first step is measure what we have.
Right.
If
The
you
baseline.
don't know what your measurement
Absolutely.
is, then you keep measuring every month or quarter and see what improvement you have. There are many quarters we don't do any improvement, and then there are quarters we do drastic improvements. So you have to keep measuring and experimenting. Marketing is all about experimenting.
It's all about that. Okay, fair. So great insights, led approach, and of course a great team to back it up so that they know what they're working for. Fair? Okay, cool. So we've summarized the key takeaways. Nakul, over to you. We can close with these.
I think people can read. They have heard enough.
Okay, everybody can read. Everybody can read. Absolutely. All golden nuggets. Nakul, thank you for spending time with us. This has been fabulous.